This is the message I wish somebody told me when I first started in real estate, and I'm hoping this message today in this video is gonna be the message that ensures your success as a real estate agent. If there's anything that makes sense to you in this video and you wanna jump on a free coaching call, I'll put a link in the description right beneath this video. Feel free to hit the link. We can jump on a quick call. I'll give you an entire blueprint so you can go out there and start taking one listing a week. There are so many voices speaking to you, the new real estate agent. There are people telling you to do this, do that. And it's completely overwhelming. And for a lot of new real estate agents, it's absolutely paralyzing. And so in this video, I'm going to make sure that we cut through the noise, we cut through the clutter, and we tell you the exact truth. Here's the reality. Real estate is a direct, outbound sales business. Those four things. So let's break that down. Direct, meaning you have to wake up every single day with a plan to go out into the marketplace, talk to strangers, talk to people that you know, and actively go out there and search for people that are buying and selling houses. Sitting around waiting for somebody to call you isn't working very well, is it? And so that's what you have to understand. So direct means you have to go out there and you have to make it happen. You have to play offense. Outbound, what do I mean when I say an outbound business? Well, outbound means you have to pick this thing up. I know you are scared right now. That is okay. I know that you're super uncomfortable with making phone calls. That's okay. I know that you probably don't have a big background coming from a sales business or a phone sales business, but in real estate, regardless of what everyone out there is telling you, real estate is an outbound, meaning you have to make outbound phone calls, outbound messages on social media, outbound reaches through door knocking. You cannot sit around and expect this to be an inbound business where you go into the office and people are reaching out to you. It's never gonna happen. The third thing I said, so it's a direct, outbound sales, okay? This is a sales business, okay? So I don't care what your strategy is going to be, but at some point in time, you're gonna have a conversation with somebody over the telephone that sets up for a in-person meeting, or these days over a Zoom meeting, and you need to be able to know what to say, how to say it in such a way that makes you the obvious choice, that the prospect says to themselves, wow, based on that presentation, based on your communication, we feel comfortable and confident to hire you to pay you 6% to sell our house. Now, I don't know about you, and I don't know about all the other people that try to tell us that is not a sales business. I don't know what else is, but make no mistake, you are gonna have to build a skill set that allows you to communicate with people over the telephone in a way that they invite you to their house to talk about listing their home. And oh, by the way, when you get to the house, you're gonna have a listing presentation that is so compelling, the person decides to pay you a $10, $15, sometimes $20,000 to sell their house, okay? Number 4, I talked about this being a business, okay? So when you came from whatever industry you came from to become a real estate agent, you probably worked at a business where you had to show up on time. There were certain things and requirements that you had to do every day, or else you got fired. So I want you to think about this for a second. If you were to hire somebody that's doing exactly what you're doing every day in your real estate business, okay? You follow them around, you cloned yourself. Maybe you've been in the business for 30, 60, 90 days, 6 months, maybe a year. And you hired somebody, you paid them a salary for the exact same amount of money that you want to earn. So let's just say you want to earn $100,000. That seems to be the magic number for most of you. And you paid somebody $100,000 a year. and they did what you actually do every day, how long would it be before you fired yourself? And you have to think about that for a second. You're running a business. And so any business that's going to succeed is going to have a foundation. They're going to be open. They're going to have hours. They're going to constantly be looking for new business. They're going to run off of a P&L. They're going to treat it like an actual business. Now, there are going to be people screaming at you from the mountaintops that you don't have to prospect. You don't have to actually talk to anybody, and you can still succeed in this business. Run, run, run. Do not listen to these people that are selling you a bag of empty promises, okay? They're trying to let you off the hook so that you come back and you tell guys like me, Brandon, I told you, so-and-so told me that I can do this little magic trick on Facebook and never have to become a salesperson, never have to talk to strangers, never have to prospect, never have to do anything, and I can still become successful. That is garbage. It is absolutely BS. It is not the truth, okay? The reality is, and I put here, regardless of your strategy, think about this for a second. If you're gonna not follow me, who's gonna teach you the truth that you need to become a great salesperson, pick up the phone, have a plan. I teach reverse selling so that you can go out to the marketplace and communicate with confidence, not high pressure, okay? Not being a high pressure salesperson. I'm gonna teach you to become a salesperson that communicates using reverse selling that makes you become the obvious choice. Now, I don't care what the strategy is. If you're gonna send out direct mail, the person's gonna call you, you're gonna have to answer the phone and say something, right? I don't care if the people out there are screaming from the mountaintops, hey, buy internet leads, okay? I don't care if you're buying leads. They're not calling you. You're gonna have to buy the lead. The lead's gonna come into some type of system, and what do you have to do? Oh yeah, that's right. You gotta pick up the phone and call them. I don't care if you're doing a social media strategy. If you're posting on social media and you actually have someone respond to it and say, oh my gosh, that was a great social media post. Is that gonna happen? Probably not. But let's pretend it does. And they say, hey, we want you to come over and talk to us about listing our home based on what we saw on social media. You're gonna have to go to the appointment and do something, right? So don't listen to people that tell you this is not a sales business. Don't listen to people that have all the magic pills to try to let you off the hook of prospecting every single day. So now that you know exactly what your job is every single day, which is pick up the phone, talk to people you know, talk to people you don't know, go out there, set an appointment, and go take a listing, this is the biggest pitfall that I'm hoping you can avoid at all costs as a new real estate agent. Every real estate agent at some point in time is going to understand what they should be doing every day, which we've been talking about on this video. Picking up the phone, calling, talking to strangers. But what we find is agents are creating things to do that they've convinced themselves are mission critical that they have to get done before they start prospecting. So they'll tell me, Brandon, listen, I gotta work on my logo. You see, when I go and present to the client, I gotta make sure that the logo is super fancy, it's super sexy, because brand matters. And so I've gotta make sure that that thing is perfect. Brandon, I've gotta make sure that my website is absolutely dialed in before I make my first phone call, because what if I talk to a prospect and they Google me, Brandon? Doesn't my website has to be absolutely perfect. Brandon, before I start calling, I have to have a Facebook page. My business cards have to be absolutely gorgeous. I have to have all my presentations. I have to have all my flyers. This is what we call, ladies and gentlemen, creative avoidance. It's not that those things are not important. I'm not saying that, but they should never take priority over doing the actual work in real estate. The actual work is talking to prospects. You're in a direct outbound sales business. And so if you were in any other direct outbound sales business, you would have to report to a boss every day with your sales activities. your revenue generating activities, or you'd be fired. You can't just sit around all day creating things that you think are absolutely important, because here's what we know. Perfection is procrastination in disguise. And we call this creative avoidance. Stop creating things in your mind that you keep telling yourself, well, I can't do the actual work. I'm gonna avoid the actual work at all costs because I gotta get these other things done. These other things take priority. Stop doing that immediately. Now, if you want a straightforward, simple business plan that will allow you to get one listing every single week without buying leads, without having to wait around hoping and praying that someone's gonna call you off of a social media post, I put a link beneath this video. Let's jump on a coaching call. I'll walk you through the exact blueprint that I teach all of our other students in our training program. I'll show you exactly what you need to do, and then we can have a simple conversation as to whether or not it makes sense for us to work together from a coach-player relationship. Either way, no big deal. I'll put a link in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you got tons of value out of it. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in another video here very, very soon.